In yoga, as we mature in the practice, as we become more proficient in the practice, we learn to customize just for our body. And it starts with the foundation. Let's begin. Our plan is to work foundation. We'll start in cat-cow, a pose recognized by all who've done any yoga. In all fours position, start with your fingers spread and the tops of your fingers pressing down very fully. As you look at the tops of your fingers and look at your wrist creases should be parallel. Fingertips should be pressing down very fully. On your inhale, lift your chin and sit bones. Exhale, draw your awareness and your gaze inward. Tuck your toes under so you get more engagement of your legs. On the in-breath, draw your heart forward. Exhale, see how far you can lift up the back body. Inhale, draw the heart down while the shoulder blades hug in toward each other. You reach your heart forward. Exhale, you look inward. One more time. Inhale, heart comes forward. Exhale, draw back. Nice, slow and easy actions of the breath. Inhale, reach your right arm forward. Now press your toenails down so you get better foundation in your legs. So you can now balance as you reach your left leg back. Bend your right elbow, bend your left knee, draw in. Inhale, expand out. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, expand fully. Exhale, draw in. With intention, reach out. Release your hand down. If you feel like you're collapsing into your wrist, more clawing, more action of the fingertip tops required here. So you just don't dump all your weight to the wrist creases. On your next inhale, reach your left arm forward with your fingers spread. Reach your right leg back. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, reach out fully. Exhale, draw in with a foundation of one hand and one leg pressing down. See if you can keep a nice rhythm to your movement where you inhale and expand, reaching your foot and your fingers forward, and the exhale has you drawing in before expanding out on the inhale. Release your hand down. Come either to child's pose or downward facing dog, your choice. And pause there. Now you have a totally different foundation. The hands, the feet are pressing nicely. You're engaging the fingertip tops of the hands, the base of the fingers. You're clawing the mat with the hands as a way to energize the arms from the fingers all the way up to the heart. Now, from your toes, press the tops of your toes firmly down so you get this nice engagement of the legs. Those of you in child's pose, allow your breath to be very full. And keep your arms forward, your hands nice and wide apart, at least as wide as the shoulders, if not more. Let's create a new foundation. We'll create a different foundation where the right knee is down, the left foot is pressing down, and the fingertips to the right hand are pressing in the same lineup as the knee and the back foot. So pull in from the back foot, reach up and over with your arms so that you get this nice fullness. You can enjoy fullness through the breath. Now with the foundation of the right hand, the right knee and shin and tops of the toes of the right leg and the back leg, you're pulling in to find from the steadiness in the foundation, find more fullness. Inhale, rise up. Let's come to the opposite side. So now the left knee and left top of the toes are your foundation. Press your right foot over. Now with this plan of steadiness in the foundation of the legs, can you find it in the fingertip tops too? Press into the earth as you expand and reach up. You have this plan to find steadiness in the foundation to give you more expansiveness in your poses. As you draw from the foot to the pelvis and expand from the pelvis to the fingertips. Inhale, lift yourself out of the pose to come to a different foundation on your feet. So come to your feet. Come to your feet with a wide stance. Look at your feet and pull your feet in toward each other. And when you feel that pulling action and you feel the inner thighs work nicely, now let's see if we can add something to that. Press the tops of your toes down, almost like you're trying to draw the toes toward your heels. One teacher I love says, make your feet smaller. But for some reason, that doesn't quite work for me because I'm working a nice broad foundation and I want steadiness in that foundation. But I get the point. It's almost like you're trying to make your feet smaller by engaging the toe tips more. Bend your knees, take your pelvis back, take your fingertips down to the mat with the fingertips on the mat, with the feet still pulling in toward each other. Widen the elbows and draw down slowly. You may want to use your blocks if you're feeling like this is a little bit too deep for you in the forward fold. Just pulse with a breath. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, draw down. One more time. Inhale, expand and lengthen. Exhale, draw down. Bend both knees if they're not already. Pull your feet in toward each other to place your hands to your low back and rise up. Now turn your heels in toward each other and your toes out. Bend both knees and place your hands right above your knees. Your arms are now straight. When we go side to side, you may find that the inside arm wants to bend a little bit, which is fine, but see if you can keep it coming toward a straight arm. So we're just moving side to side. The work of the hands is to keep the knees wide apart. The work of the legs is to push in toward the hands. So you've got this strong isometric action. The arms are still straight. You're just drawing yourself a little bit deeper here in the passes from the right side to the left side. As you draw yourself just a little bit deeper, it has a wonderful way of just allowing you to open up so freely. You can come back to center, pull your feet in toward each other to inhale and lift yourself up. Let's all meet at the front of the mat with our feet hip distance apart. And now again, your feet are your foundation. And with that foundation, is there a way that you can strengthen the engagement of that foundation by pressing through the tops of your toes and pulling them in toward your heels? You feel how the arches of your feet engage so fully. Keep that engagement. The fullness of your legs become toned. You've got a plan. You're sticking with the plan of working with your foundation through these actions. Inhale, reach your arms up and slightly back. Exhale, bend your knees to place your hands on the earth and step your right leg back. Balance yourself. You're still on 2 feet. As you take your hands above the knee, keep that steadiness. Reach your arms up, reach your gaze up. Maybe you can even reach your gaze back. Exhale, release your hands down to come to a plank position, or for some of us, we may want to come to our knees. It's your practice. You have to work your plan in a way that really works for you to give you strength and stability. Draw your heart forward just slightly and draw down. Now, without the hands and the feet being your foundation, reach your hands away from the earth and back toward your feet. Lift your feet up off the earth. On the next in-breath, rise up. Exhale, soften. 2 more. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, soften. 1 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, soften. Place your hands to come through all fours position to downward facing dog. We'll meet at the front of the mat in whatever way works for you. Find yourself to the front of the mat and rise up. Tadasana again. Your foundation is so steady and strong, but it helps to work your plan. Can you strengthen your foundation by pressing your toe tips in, drawing them toward your heels to build the arches of your feet with strength in the feet and tone in the legs? You reach your arms up and slightly back. Exhale with bent knees. Place your hands alongside your ankles to take your left leg back. With steadiness in the back leg, lift yourself up. Reach your arms up. Reach your gaze up. Reach your gaze back. Just be this expression of fullness, relying on the steadiness of your foundation. Exhale, release your hands, come to a plank position again. Now with a new foundation of both your hands and your feet, can you shift that foundation slightly so that you come to your right hand and your right foot and just stack your left foot on top, reach your left arm up, or you can have your right knee down, come to that same pose or a variation of that pose that we were in before. Release your hand down, come to the opposite side with steadiness of the left hand and left foot. And you come to a full side plank pose here. Keep your legs hugging in, open the chest nicely. Exhale, release your hand down. Lower yourself to the mat. Take your hands off the mat. Take your feet off the mat to come to Salambhasana. Lift up. Exhale, soften. 2 more. You're just working this plan of gaining strength through different variations of the poses and through different foundations. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, soften. Come through all fours position to make your way to the front of the mat and rise up. We'll go from the foundation of 2 feet to a foundation of 1 foot. Balance poses can be quite humbling. They can take our breath away. So as you leave the foundation of 2 feet to come to the foundation of your right foot, just find a nice ease in the foundation of the right foot by just breathing very full and natural. With a full and natural breath, you can lift up your left leg as you're ready and point your left toes so that you can park as high as you can on the top of the thigh or wherever it feels right for you today. You park your foot in such a way that you can engage fully. You're drawing your foot in toward the leg to create this fullness before using your arms to create steadiness, to create this feeling of openness, nice ease in your breath before releasing your hands down and releasing your foot down. You pause on 2 feet. You find that steadiness again. I saw from Food Addicts Recovering Anonymous, who also follow the 12-step program, one of their sayings is, "We come for vanity, we stay for sanity." And so it is in our yoga practice. You come to the practice thinking that maybe you'll sculpt your body in a certain way. But as you mature in the practice, as you find out more what yoga is truly about, you start to see the benefits in so many ways other than physical enhancement. You see the mental and behavioral benefits as well. Sometimes balance really challenges us in the practice. So as you take your weight to your left foot, you want to go slow. You want to have a plan. And that plan involves creating a solid foundation. So you're working a nice spread to the toes. Toe tips are pressing down nicely before you lift your foot up. So often we love to come to these poses in a hurry, but we find out that that really doesn't work. As you press the foot into the inner thigh, you energetically pull into the midline of your posture as you reach your arms out. And again, you can just find this fullness in a way that serves you nicely. And there might be just a little bit of movement. You just keep yourself steady and rooted in your foundation. That foundation helps you stick with your plan, find steadiness there. You can release your foot down, release your hand down. We'll be balancing again, this time on our head. For some of us that have not had a teacher to explore headstand with, please do not do this pose. As we come to the mat and create a new foundation with the head and the forearms and the fingers interlaced, draw your forehead down. Slowly make your way to this inversion. Find steadiness in the foundation of your forearms and your head. You can stay in the posture, or as you're ready to come down, make your way slowly to the mat. Make fists with your hands and stack the fists so that you can press your third eye into the fist. Allow your neck to release. You can stay in this version of child's pose or come to rest and restore in Savasana, where you're able to recall your plan. You made a plan, you set an intention for your practice. And you feel the benefits of organizing your practice. You feel the benefits of engaging with your foundation, the different foundations that we worked with. It gives you a sense of ease. When you make a plan and you stick with the plan, you feel much more confident. That plan gives you structure. You know where you're going. And if obstacles come in your way, with the confidence of the strong foundation, you're not thrown off too much. You allow yourself to go with the flow. You can't go back. You just go forward, say the yoga teachings. As you go forward into the activities of your day, as you follow the plans for your day, discover and rediscover the foundation, your physical foundation, as a way to create steadiness and ease. Thank you for the practice. Namaste.